This is the future.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, Cyborg Green here and welcome to our video. So we're going to take a look and kill all the sub-bosses of tier 5 in the last contract raid, and then we're going to take a look at Deathstroke. And I know I'm kind of late with the sneak peek, with the preview, because like I'm gonna kill him myself in like 2 hours from now from recording this video, and most likely 1 hour and a half from posting the video. But still, better later than never, am I right? But yeah, we'll kill him eventually. So yeah, first up I fought against Boss Flash because I had a pip. This was yesterday, and I still had a pip left, and I was like, oh, he's going to have the class change tanks. So I'm curious if it's like the reverse Flash type of class change where he staggers you like in phase 3, or is the Martian Manhunter type of class change that he has in Advent of Chaos, where he doesn't stagger you when he does that. And that's actually quite amazing. He doesn't stagger you. Like, Boss Flash, as far as I'm aware, they're a little bit weird interrupting me with the jump attack on that tagging. That shouldn't happen, by the way. But other than that, my boy, just like Flash, he's got you. He's got your back. He's a good lad. He's going to allow you to easily defeat him without getting staggered when he does the class change. So overall, great boss design. Love it. He gets my approval, he gets the Sigvald approval. Now with Boss Choker, is gonna deal a lot of dot on his special abilities, so you need to be a little bit careful with that. I'm going to start off with a special 2 in there. You can jump over his special 2, you might be able to jump over his, you can jump over his special 1 guaranteed, you might be able to jump over his special 2, not 100% sure about that. His special 3 is no way to avoid it, you gotta block it. So yeah, other than that, no, not specific mechanics that are gonna really play a big part in this. And yeah, also I did bit all of those on the air account. It took like 2 pips to kill Boss Joker on the air account because I used the League of Arc twice. There's no Raven on the other one, but here it was done in 1 fight. But even there, when it took like 2 fights, I didn't really find him as a threatening boss too much. So it's a little bit of a good balance here. Not too strong, not frustratingly hard to beat, but at the same time can pack a punch. Because as you can see, he did that special on Mike and Flint Sakuman and got him a little bit of dot inflicted. Though it's not much, it's something. Also, again, I still don't know why my taggings get interrupted by jump attacks. And keep in mind, those are taggings that I do not ghost tap because I'm not in a situation where I am able to ghost tap, or I should. It's a tagging from a block. But yeah, nevertheless, that's it for Joker. And again, that's not a particularly hard fight, but again, you might not be able to one-shot this without a Raven or a Beta Club. You might find it a little bit challenging to one-shot this, though I'm not saying it's impossible. Over here, Boss Cyborg, he's going to disable your special 2, so you have 2 options here. I mean, you got a lot of options, you actually got a lot of options, but if you still want to use a Harbor card like in League of Anarchy here, you can, but you need to have an EPI with a high level special 3, and you're going to just transition into using EPI as the stun here instead of Predator Batman, and you can use a Dr. Fate in there to reduce the cost of her special 3. And you don't really have to do this for this, but I kind of have that already done for like fighting Enchantress in Advent of Chaos, so that was already there, so I might as well use it. But yeah, here we're just yet again using Conflant Sakuman plus Raven. And again, a little bit weird with the AI of those dudes, like interrupting your taggings with a little bit of a jump. That making the tagging from a block not really the most viable thing. But nevertheless, we're going to do our best here. And yeah, it's a little bit of a challenging fight, as you can see. I failed there to combo interrupt. But yeah, you should be fine, my dude. You should be fine. As long as you don't put something that relies on the special 2. But I mean, it says there, don't use special 2. I mean, you can't use special 2, but down goes Boss Cyborg. And the boss that I was really worrying about when I saw on the list at the first, before we knew what they were doing, was like Nightmare Batman. I was like, oh boy, here we go again. This dude is gonna like reflect all the basic attack damage we do as his character does. But no, it's all good. He doesn't do anything. I think he literally has, again, the passives that are in the lines of he does nothing but return a lot of words, to the extent where he has increased crit chance, increased crit damage, and more lethal, he's going to destroy you. Now he does nothing. Really does nothing. So there's Nothing to worry about this dude, and he's also the lowest HP one, so he should be the fastest one to fall, really. And also, I think he started with a lot of power at the start, which is great for me in this situation, because I could just steal it. Getting back in there for another special tree. There we go. So damage is adding up. And yeah, he should be gone in a second here. And yeah, with all that out of the way, let's actually go and take a look at boss Deathstroke and see what it says about him. Because we got some interesting things in there. Okay, so this is like my boy Deathstroke here, chilling like at 280 mil HP. Let's see what it says. So, fight summary. Boss Deathstroke drops gas grenades, decreasing critical attack resistance and applying dot to the opponents. Okay, so first of all, this looks extremely interesting because dropping gas grenades is something that might make this fight more difficult, but not in the way you can't do fast tech hits, you can't deal dot, you can't use this special. It's gonna make it difficult like in the way that, let's say, the gas summons made it in the like tier 4 of Dawn of Apocalypse fight. And that's an interesting way to go about it. Again, we don't know how this mechanic will work, but let's proceed. Has increased critical attack chance and his attacks can be disabled. Yeah, that doesn't really say much, doesn't do much. I don't really care about his crit chance. Initial Deathstroke has defensive measures in place to prevent him from taking excessive amounts of damage from any single attack. Okay, so he's gonna have a damage cap. We don't know yet how big or small the damage cap will be, and depending on that, this fight will be easier or harder for people using Kinfla and Sakomen, depending on how high that damage cap is. So he's going to deal increased dot damage, and again, he's going to apply that dot damage with the gas grenades, which is a mechanic that we don't know yet how it will work. Each instance of damage to opponents that is above a specific threshold is automatically negated. We already talked about that. Increased crit chance, increased resistance to critical attacks. This is something that was not necessarily mentioned up here, or maybe I missed it because I'm dumb. But yeah, some crit resistance. Is not crit immunity at the very least, first of all, and it depends how much crit resistance, because for example, Captain Cold in Lugris has crit resistance to the point where you do one crit after 100 tries, and Dr. Fate in Lugris also has some crit resistance to the point where you have like a 50% crit rate, not a 70% crit rate on average. So it really depends on how hard they went with the critical resistance, but at the end of the day, you're still going to do crits. Your crits will just do reduced damage to an extent. And yeah, overall, this dude, there were some leaks, I guess, or some people who, through the use of data mining, said that this dude is going to like disable your special tree and a lot of crazy stuff. And it looks like that's not like the thing that actually happens. And I'm happy that's not the thing. I'm happy that's not the thing. So we have access to lethal. This guy is not stun resistant, so he can stun his ass with Harry Harley Quinn team. You have access to dot damage, so Batman Ninja team and users of Beta Club will do okay. Literally, this character, any team will work against this character. The only problem will be, and we'll see how that plays out when the pips refresh, what's up with those grenades. But since it's a mechanic that's going to be in the fight, as long as it's decently implemented, I'm not gonna mind it, because it's something that you have to counterplay. It's something that you'll have to play against in a smart way, hopefully. And there is absolutely no dumb thing about this character. I guess the crit resistance can be argued to an extent that it's a dumb mechanic that just decreases damage, but my dude, it's fine. It's fine. So overall, looks pretty good. We'll see how it goes. We'll kill him like in the next video most likely. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.
This is the future.